Welcome to this week. And for this week, we have a call flood put out. We have some interesting videos of officers that go into circular logic with safety and all that stupid bullshit. And we'll follow up with some interesting case law coming out of Texas just recently.
One thing for me, I hope you're ashamed of yourself. You should be. It's 70 degrees out. You have bunny boots on.
Welcome to the 19th of December for this week in 2016. This will probably be the last this week for the year because Christmas falls on a Sunday and I'm going to be spending that time with some relatives. Anyway, moving on from that point. We have a call flood request going out to North Hollywood Police Department. What happened was California Guardian, he went inside the lobby area there and did some filming, and then they told him he had to leave because he's not allowed to film inside the lobby area for security reasons. Well, go ahead and just roll that quick clip real fast.
Don't you ask you to leave, sir?
You want to get your supervisor?
He's coming right now.
Good. This is city property. I can record on city property in the lobby.
All you want for our safety.
CB Sergeant, will you explain to your officer here that I'm allowed to record in public areas of city property?
We're asking you to leave right now because we don't need to do this right here.
All right, for security reasons, okay, you cannot sit inside a station and take photographs of everything on the side of our station. So you can.
You want to get your watch commander?
I am the watch commander.
You get to the lieutenant?
Now, after this little clip here, they ended up arresting him because he refused to leave the property when he was standing outside filming the gateway for where the police cars go in and out. And, of course, police station, the property is public for the most part. After they arrested him, they held him for about an hour and then let him go with no citations, no court notices, or anything like that. As is, from what I see, what they cited here for security reasons is not a valid excuse for banning photography or attempting to ban photography inside the lobby. You're allowed to document your interaction, and generally if I was doing something like this, I would be going in there to do like maybe a records request, maybe try to get a complaint form or something like that. Go in there with some business. But as is, what the cops did, even though I'm not really for just going in there and filming in the lobby kind of thing, what the cops did was definitely illegal, in my opinion. And so, as is, I'm going to have in the description the social media pages, the phone number, their website, where you can get additional contact information for doing the call flood if you wish to participate in that for the most part. Alright, now we have something a little bit different. We have a public records request that is a pass. Now, here's a quick clip from that video.
How are you doing today, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Ma'am, I just wanted to know if I could see your last email sent or received.
My last email sent or received.
Yes, ma'am.
To or from anybody, or?
Do it from anybody, just the last email, please.
Okay.
I'd like to inspect it, document it.
Okay.
It is pretty much a non-eventful, very boring video. There is a really loud, audible beeping noise that you probably want to pull your headphones out if, or turn it down if you end up watching it on headphones. But that's right around the 2-minute mark. But besides that part, it is a very good example of how a public records request should go. And as is, I have to say, the channel SOTHEYCALLITFREEDOM does a pretty good job because he does a lot of these public records requests. He goes around and he's put out some pretty good ones in the past few months. He's also got some pretty egregious violators of that kind of stuff over there in Florida. So I'll have the link in the description below so you can check out that video. Next up here is a video from when I was down in Texas. This was actually recorded after the entire Lackland filming incident. PNP News did an after, how should I put it, incident sort of recording report that we all sort of talked about the little experience we went through. Here's a short clip. And the traffic really slowed down. We're backed up on that gate. And so I was like, okay, screw this. I'm not going to really get a shot at what's going on. So I'll go back across.
As soon as I get back across, not even a minute later, MP rolls up and is like, "Hey, can you come over here and talk to me? Hey."
If you're wanting to listen to my thoughts on it and all that stuff, I'll have a link in the description so you can go and check it out. You could also see me sort of sweat my butt off there as I'm trying to down a bunch of Gatorade while I'm chatting out the entire situation. So, next up, we have a really messed up thing. Over in Austin, Texas, I don't know what is up with Austin police and screwing over people left and right. But what's going on in this situation, a guy's riding his motorcycle to school, and he gets pulled over for supposedly not using his turn signal. And the officers say they're not going to issue him a citation, but the officers say he has to allow him to take pictures, otherwise they're going to take him to jail and then take the pictures. Here's a short clip from that.
What is the problem?
I've already told you. You
I didn't hear you.
Okay, yeah, you did. So we can do it one or two ways. Do it down at the jail, or do it here outside.
It has to be done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If it has to be done, does this happen to everybody? I'm just curious why it's me. Why am I getting detained for this? I'm going to school right now, and you're detaining me. You're preventing me from doing
we pulled you over. Okay, let's act like we just pulled you out of the air.
What'd you pull me over
here,
for?
Okay. We pulled you over for failing to use your signal.
Did I receive a ticket?
You're not going to receive a ticket, okay? But what I'm telling you is,
okay, this is new to me, sir. I'm sorry, this is new to me. It's just shocking.
Well, let me talk and stop interrupting me.
Now, what is going on is the police, looks like in the video towards the end, that they wanted pictures of all his tattoos, which is really messed up. This entire stop should have ended when the police officer said the guy was not getting a ticket. He wasn't getting a citation or anything like that for the traffic violation, in which case that traffic stop should have ended right then and there. But the guy was not free to go. A violation of the Fourth Amendment right there. Also, on top of that, the thing is you're not required to allow the cop to stand there and let the cop take pictures of you. If the cop wants pictures, they can go ahead and take pictures of you while you're riding a bike down the street or something along those lines. This is unacceptable. And I'll have a link to the video of this. It's actually a Facebook video, and it's part of an actual larger group that's dealing with motorcycle profiling, which is going to be very interesting because I've actually picked up motorcycling myself. I now have a motorcycle, and unfortunately it's winter, so I can't really drive around right now. But it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because I can be certain that I'm going to have issues with police at some point while riding a motorcycle. And I've sort of seen this happen before, earlier this summer, when I was helping a friend move a motorcycle from one town to another, and all of a sudden he gets the police called on him, supposedly, for speeding when he wasn't, because I was actually following behind him in another vehicle, and I was able to clock his speed with my speedometer. So that should be fairly interesting how that goes in the future. Alright, next up we have something from Mike Bluehair's channel. Now, some of you may have know about me. Actually, I talk with Mike Bluehair quite often about his Film the Police stuff that he does down there in Portland. In fact, I was actually not long ago I was a guest host on his radio station or podcast or something like that he has going on. But moving on, one of his people that works with the Film the Police organization that he has going on down there was actually kicked out of City Hall when he was there trying to document the mayor's thing about dealing with the homeless people. And here's a quick snippet of what happened in that when he went up to ask security, where's this taking place?
As Bob just enters City Hall, he simply asks a question at an info desk. Where's the mayor's conference at?
Where's the mayor's conference at?
You need to tell me that you're recording me first.
I do.
Yes, you do, by state law.
Okay, well...
Are you recording me?
Well, it's obvious. So let me ask you this. Where's the...
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
And you're not going to go up and interfere with it. You understand? You're not. Okay? You're not going to go interfere with it, or you're going to be... I'm going to ask you to leave in a minute. Okay? You're not going to go interfere. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to go interfere with the mayor's conference? Huh? Is that your goal? What are you trying to do, sir? What do you want to do? What do you want to go up there for?
Now, what the officer and the security guard end up doing is they say, you cannot go up there and film this mayor's conference thing that's going on. And so, this is fucked up for the most part. He's there, he's being pressed, he's trying to cover this event because it's sort of related to what he goes out and actively films. This affects something that he's involved in. And yet, the security guy and the police officer say, oh, we're not allowing you to go up to this conference thing because, oh, hey, we suspect you're going to interfere with it. They have no inkling information that he's going to interfere with this press conference. I don't even know if they're going to ask questions or whatnot. I haven't even had a chance to try to look up this information because I've been busy with everything else. But it sounds to me like this is trying to preemptively just cut people out that they don't like, for the most part. And it's really messed up. I'd say it's definitely it's a very egregious thing that really upsets me. Because he has a right to attend that conference and document it, so that way he can put it on his channel or put it in other, or at least go and show it to other things, or just document it, put it on the shelf and use it sometime later. He has that right. Now moving on, this is a great video. It covers a lot of stuff. It's a very long video. It's about 20 minutes long. But what makes it great is the fact that you have security camera footage from the police building. You have dash cam footage from the police car. You have audio from the police. And you have audio from the guy himself with using his dash cam to document what was going on. And the synapse here is this guy, his wife works at this police department. And he's there waiting for his wife, like he's always done. The only difference between him doing it now and what he did in the past was he's now filming police and other staff people pulling out of the back parking lot area and running a stop sign to go onto turning onto the main road. They're ignoring or blowing through the stop sign. Either they're doing the California stop kind of thing. And he's just sitting there documenting as he's waiting for his wife to get off work. Now here's a short clip of what is happening inside the video.
Suspect me of a crime?
I'm sorry?
Do you suspect me of a crime?
Your suspicious behavior.
Is that a crime?
It's not, but we want to dispel your suspicious behavior. You're back in the police department. You have a video camera going.
Okay, well, let me put it this way, sir. This is for police parking only.
Okay.
So
I told you already that I have police business.
Let me finish my sentence. If you're going to go into the police department and you have some business that you have to conduct, then that's what you're parking here for. You can't just park here without actually going in and conducting business. That's why the signs are posted. So would you like to go inside and conduct business?
My business is not inside.
Okay, well, that's what this is for. It's for people who are going...
This is a very well done video, and there's a little bit more information in the description that covers exactly what happens afterwards, and it mentions that he ended up talking with one of the higher-ups in the police station about that incident, and they said, oh, he's no longer not allowed to park in the parking spot where he was at, where he was waiting for his wife, because they were trying to say, oh, you can't park here because you have to be here for official police business. And when he told them that he was there for his wife, that was not valid official police business kind of thing. So this is a very well done video with the way it's edited. It shows you also that these police officers who are supposed to uphold the Constitution and not really care about someone, oh, I'm scared because this guy's filming because of this day and age. They really play out the Might's Law in this one, which is really freaking annoying. It drives you up the walls for the most part when you hear Might's Law happening inside a video over and over, where they start using terrorism or threats against police kind of thing as a justification for coming up and questioning you and trying to force you to answer their questions, which you don't have to. And in fact, in this case, if I was sitting there and I had the police walk up and ask me what I was doing, I probably, most likely would say, I'm here waiting for my wife, and then just rolled the window back up. That's what I would have done, but the thing is, I am in a different position than he is. He definitely does best what he does for him in that situation from my perspective on this video. And it's very well done. I highly recommend you go and check this one out. It's definitely worth listening to if you don't watch it. Just listen to it. And it just blows your mind how far these guys go with the circular logic when it comes to, oh, this day and age. Next up, we have something from Junkyard News. This is a pretty good video because he has the 911 call, he has the dash cam camera footage from the police car, and what is interesting, he's filming this UPS distribution area, and I guess the gate guard or the security guard called the police on it. And so here's a clip from just the audio of what the security guard is calling it in from the sounds of it.
I have a guy, he's on the corner of Brookline here, where our facility is. He's dressed in all camo. He has a video camera out. I mean, he has a mask and everything on. He has a video camera out, and he's just acting crazy. He's asking for claims information and stuff like that. And when we approach him to leave, he will not leave.
Okay. And
this is a pretty good video also in itself due to the fact that it gives you the audio perspective from the officer when he goes and talks with some of the other officers, and also with the security guard there that I'm pretty sure is the one that called the cops on the Junkyard News. And I have to say, this is definitely worth a watch and listen, or at least listen to, because of what is happening in the video itself and the explanation the cop gives for not furthering his investigation or attempt to furthering his investigation. And it's not for constitutional standing, it's for fear of a lawsuit, as definitely one person commented this in the video's comments section. So I definitely recommend checking this video out. Now, for the last thing I'm wanting to cover here is one from PINAC News. It's an organization I do volunteer as a disclosure for helping manage their PINAC subreddit, and also I dig up various kinds of information for them, whether it be along the lines of case law to exact location physically where something took place, or possibly digging up information for contact information for like trying to get a hold of a police agency or something like that. I do various kinds of things for them as a volunteer for the most part. But what is really interesting about this news article that's done by Carlos Miller is it's about this reporter over in California, where she ends up getting arrested in retaliation for her past coverage of one specific officer. And now she's getting involved in a civil suit against the police department and that officer over that arrest. So I really recommend popping over. It's a very lengthy article, but it's a very good read. Now moving on to the educational part. I have an interesting case law out of the 5th Circuit Court, which, oh, by the way, is the same circuit that the Potosi is going through right now with his current lawsuit. But this one is a very interesting case that I really recommend you guys listening to the oral arguments and also reading the actual final decision that is put out. Now, the case is called United States of America v. Ruben Pena-gonzalez. I think I got that pronounced right. I am not that great with pronouncing things, so hopefully I got it right. But what is very interesting about this case law that came out of Texas in the 5th Circuit Court is that bumper stickers that are pro-police and air fresheners can be grounds of a justification or suspicion of a crime that can be used to legally search a vehicle for drugs or drug money or anything like that for the most part. And this is quite an interesting case when you go and listen to the oral arguments. And in the description, I'm going to have a link to where you can listen to the oral argument, where you can download it, also the case description, and a little bit later on, either today or a little bit later this week, I'm going to have the oral argument up with also where you can sort of read the case decision while the oral argument's going on through the video. Now, moving on, within this case study, what is the situation? What happened was this husband and wife with their kid were driving down the highway, and an officer pulled them over for speeding, going a little bit over the speed limit. After the officer pulled them over, he pulled the wife out of the car. She was driving, apparently, asked her some questions. They were conversing in Spanish, which is the defendant's, native language. That's their natural tongue. And so they had that conversation, and there were some inconsistencies with what she was saying and also with documents that were being provided to the officer. And this started raising some flags in the officer's mind, I guess. Now, further on, the officer says, okay, I'm going to let you off with a warning, but can I go ahead and ask your husband some questions? Now, here is the thing. The mistake she made was says, yes, you can go ahead and ask my husband some questions. And the thing is, the stop legally ended after he was going to let her off with a warning. And this is pointed out on page 4 of the document, right towards the bottom. And the thing is, with that saying, okay, yeah, you can go ahead and ask my husband some questions, she unintentionally extended the traffic stop, which allowed the officer to get more information into further his investigation into them over possible legal conduct. Now, the thing is, one of the justifications he's pointed at was the bumper stickers that were on the back of the vehicle. There were multiple pro-police bumper stickers, and the fact there were 4 air fresheners hanging within the vehicle itself. And a combination of a few other things, he sat there and said, that gave me justifications for, justifiable grounds, or I'm sort of tripping on words right now, but that was his reasonable suspicion, that's what I was looking for, to search the vehicle for contraband or something like that. And what he ended up doing after he did his search was finding several bundles of cash that was used in a court case to prosecute him on money laundering charges. In which case, he ended up putting in a plea deal saying that he was guilty unless he could actually get the search itself thrown out in court, which this specific case law is about, or the court case. So, here's the thing. If you're gonna do something stupid, like try to move drugs or cash in large quantities in Texas or the 5th Circuit Court area, this case law says having a bunch of air fresheners and pro-police stickers on the back of your vehicle is actual grounds for giving reasonable suspicion to search your vehicle for the most part. That is a very interesting thing. Now, there's some extra stuff that's covered with this case, but that was the part that really stuck out. And I ended up learning about this court case actually just this week, which is quite fitting for the most part for this week, trying to cover stuff that comes out right in this time frame. So look forward to having that audio put out. I'll definitely have it in the description if you want to check it out before I even get that stuff out. So you can go ahead and listen to it and read up the court decisions and make your own opinion on it. Just don't take my word for it. Go check it out. Now, I hope you learned something interesting. You find some videos on here that you want to check out. Make sure to go check them out. And on top of that, I want to say thanks for watching. I'm not going to be producing it this week for this coming weekend, just due to the fact that it's going to be right around Christmas. I'm going to be with family. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be with family, so you should understand there will still be a First Amendment Friday this Friday, and the following Friday I'm going to put that out. And next year I'll have another this week kind of thing. It'll probably double back in 2 years. As usual, there was plenty of great content that came out this week. I can only cover so much and make this so long. And I still got to get to actual video editing for this part and get it all put together after I finish recording this and get it all the audio rendered out. So you guys have a good rest of the year. And if you want to keep up on some of the stuff that I have going on, I would recommend you can pay attention to my Twitter, or you can also check out Patreon. And currently what I have going on with Patreon is I'm preloading up a few of the 360 video footages from some of the instances that I've already put out on First Minute Fridays, I still haven't gotten around to perfecting 360 video editing to where I can get the actual footage that I want to put out for the full thing. So it's just like the raw video kind of stuff. If you're into that, all you got to do is put down $1 for a month or a video or whatever, and you'll have a chance to pop in the Patreon and see that kind of footage pop up. I also got some other stuff on there that you can't see. That's on that you see normally with the public channel. So you guys have a good rest of the year, and I'll see you next year.